Hi guys, it's Coach Katie and I'm ready to give you an idea of what I eat for lunch on a regular basis. So what I started with today is my frying pan or my Teflon pan, and I have it at about 6 on my electric stove. And I just took some olive oil, not extra virgin, just regular olive oil, and I went dip, 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 like 4 times, just a couple of lines just to get something going in there. And once you see that it's liquefied enough that it's moving around, you know that your pan is ready. I've had this on for a few minutes, so it's already ready, but you probably want to give it 1 to 2 minutes. Okay. Today I'm going to start with, or I'm going to use, I've got some green onions and I've got some green zucchini that I've chopped up. You pretty much can use whatever you have in your kitchen or in your refrigerator, but this is what we're going to use right now. That's my cell phone. Oh, Michael Jackson thing. We're going to let that sizzle up for just a minute. Kind of, again, as much or as little as you want. I'm going to move it down to medium heat a little bit because I like my vegetables to have a little bit of crispiness to them, but you might not. You just might want them soft. So you kind of decide what you want. Let them sizzle for a few minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you I'm going to use some black beans. My son loves black beans, so every single day we always open a can of black beans for lunch. So I'm going to use about half a cup. And I've gotten to the point that I can pretty much measure it with my hand. I know how much I'm going to put in. But when you're first starting out, use measuring cups, because if you over-measure, you're getting more calories than what you want. So a half a cup is, I think, a good serving for this type of meal. I'm also going to use some medium salsa to top it off on the top. I never really ever use salt, so I use the salsa or different spices in our house, pepper, a lot of pepper, to season our food. So these guys are crisping up here. They look about a good consistency. And honestly, my son, a lot of times, he is the one who kind of determines how long the vegetables are going to be in here. Because right now, he's sitting pretty quiet eating his lunch in his chair. But if he doesn't have the time or the energy, this is going to go real fast because I have to somehow get that food in my system. Okay, so those look pretty good. Let me give you an idea of what it looks like, if you can see that. They're kind of brown a little bit, and the onions are soft. So I've got 1 cup of all whites, egg whites. See if you can kind of see that there. 30 calories for 1 serving, and I've got 4. I'm using 1 cup. I'm going to pour, you know what, before I pour the egg whites in, I'm going to go ahead and put my beans in. Got about a handful. A handful there. Kind of sprinkle those in. Let them sizzle for just a second. Not really that long. Okay, now I'm going to pour my egg whites in. 1 cup. And I just sort of let that go. I'm not looking for a perfect omelet. I'm looking for a scramble. Again, I don't have time to be messing around. So while that thing sits, I just rinse this out. We have lots of allergies. My son has lots of allergies in our house. So anything that touches egg, wheat, gluten, soy, dairy, nuts needs to be washed and has to be washed. I found that out the hard way with the butter and butter peanut butter last week. Save that story for another day. So I keep my eye on the eggs, and I just want to keep it moving. So right now I'm at the point that I can start to see the whites on the edge that are starting to form. And I just sort of keep it moving. I don't care what it looks like. I don't want it to be perfect, but I want all the transparency to go, all the transparency-ness, if that's even a word, of the eggs to go away. I want the eggs to be completely opaque. And that's how I know that they're ready for me. That sound also knows that I got to be pretty close to being ready. He's getting antsy in the chair. Okay, my eggs are looking pretty good here. They're starting to get opaque. I'm also a Food Network person. I like to watch the Food Network, and I subscribe to that magazine because I find some fantastic recipes in there, which I will share with you if you go to my blog, www.turboaddict, turbo, T-U-R-B-O, addict, ADDICT.blogspot.com. I'm going to start sharing with you some meal plans so that you can pick and choose any meals that you'd like. But a lot of the meals that I'm going to use are going to be Food Network ones, so props to them for all of their awesome recipes. I was going with that to tell you that Alton Brown has this awesome Good Eat segment where he talks about eggs and overcooking them. So I always think about that when I make my eggs. I'm never really sure if I do or not, but you can see that. Okay, they're pretty opaque, but yet they're not stuck to the pan. My veggies and my beans are mixed within. Shut off my electricity. Get out a nice plate, whatever you're going to serve it on. Again, for myself, I don't really care what it looks like. But I do like to see a lot of food on my plate. So, to me, the fact that I have a plate that's full of food and that I'm going to be able to eat this whole plate and not have to feel guilty about it makes me 100% happy because I like to eat. I like to make the right choices. Okay, now, salsa. 2 tablespoons is going to give me 15 calories. I'm not going to be super critical on that, but I'm going to use a tablespoon just to show you what a tablespoon is going to look like. So that's 1, that's 2. So that's 15 calories. I think I'm going to go for 7.5 more calories and give myself 1 more tablespoon because I like a little bit hotter than that. Okay? You give and take. You have to decide on your calorie intake how much or how little that you want. Okay? There you go. Let me show you my finished product. Black beans, zucchini. Try to get that right. Still figuring this whole thing out. Black beans, zucchini, green onions, salsa, and egg whites. Fantastic lunch to hold you over until your next snack. Have it with a big glass of water, and you are good to go. Enjoy your lunch, and stick to those goals.